Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney Grayton. I'm a loctician and natural hair stylist. Over here on my side of YouTube, you will find expert information on how to care for your locks and information on getting started. And that's what this video is about. Major decision you need to be making is the size of your locks. So we're going to get into different sizes of locks and pros and cons of each. My cats are fighting. So yeah, when you hear the bells ringing and stuff, it's them. We're going to talk about sister locks and small locks, small, medium, and large locks, and also wicks and freeform. I'm asked often what is the difference between Microlocs and sisterlocs, and in a nutshell, sisterlocs are much smaller than Microlocs, but Microlocs can give that same sort of afro effect because the locks are smaller. And that's really the gist of sizing when it comes to locks. The smaller you go, the bigger, the more volume you'll have, and the bigger you go, the less volume you'll have, but they'll be big. So we'll talk about wicks. Those are usually like the biggest locks that you will see. Sometimes freeform can be really big, but there's not a whole lot of volume. So as far as count, I count people's locks for them because a lot of people are curious, but when I'm having conversations with people to try to figure out what they want, I more so look at the pictures and videos and inspiration they have rather than a certain count that they have in their head. Because a lot of times people will look at other people's counts online and decide, oh, I want 120 just because she has 120. But when you take into consideration that her hair is denser than yours, if you want the same size of lock she has, then you might want to have less locks on your head so that they can be bigger to make up for the density that you have. Different locticians have different classifications of what small, medium, and large is. It's kind of ironic based on what I just said, but as far as pricing, I'll go by the amount of locks kind of coupled with how much time it takes me to do it. Depending on a person's density, 150 locks can look much different on one person's head versus the other. If you don't have scalp issues or any thinning or bald spots or anything like that, you pretty much have freedom to choose a size that you like. I tell people to look at pictures of mature locks and also the starter locks so that you can give your loctician an idea of, okay, if I start her hair with this medium size now, or what I consider medium, is it going to look like the locks that she wants to have 2, 3, 4 years down the line? I posted the video of me kind of explaining what I was going to do before I actually locked my hair. And if you go look at that video, my fro looked like this before I locked it. So because I went small, my hair is going to grow out, and then once it starts to get heavy, it'll drop down. But because I went small, my hair is going to be very full, and it's going to look like my fro for the most part. Had I gone bigger, there will be a lot more space in between the locks, if that makes sense. Like this will be one lock, and then this will be another lock, and it just wouldn't be as full as my hair is now. I have very dense hair, so I wanted small locks, which meant I needed a lot of locks on my head versus someone who may still have 4C, but they don't have as much hair on their head as mine, like as many strands. They may need to go even smaller if they want the fullness that I have. So let me know if I need to clarify down in the comments. But smaller you go, the more full it's going to be. When it comes to like lock count for medium and large locks, for finer and less dense hair, you're going to have less locks on your head. For thicker and more dense hair, you want to have more locks on your head to get the same picture, the same look. I will show a picture of someone with small locks and someone with medium locks where the size of the lock is very different, but they have around the same amount on their head so that you can kind of get an idea. For Microlocs and small locks, you're going to be able to do a lot more styling as far as like curls and twist outs and things like that, because your hair is small, and it's going to give you a lot more definition. It's going to, again, resemble your fro. You will have a lot more variety when it comes to styling, even though medium and traditional locks also give you a lot of variety with styling. But the bigger you go, the less variety and opportunity you have to do all the various styles that you see online. So as we begin to talk about large locks and wicks and all of that, that's definitely something you want to keep in mind, because if you plan to and you are looking forward to having a lot of different styles, whether it's a bob or you want to eventually extend your hair by adding Marley hair, or whatever the case may be, the bigger you go, the less opportunity you have for your locks to fit into every style option that you may see online. I have a sister-in-law. She has thicker locks, and while they are beautiful, she wants a lot more fullness in her head, and she wants to be able to do other types of styles. So she's actually combing them out now in order to get a smaller size to have more locks on her heads. If you know that you're going to be somebody who wants a lot of variety with your styles, want to go smaller rather than bigger. For wicks, a lot of times you see wicks and freeform locks not being styled at all. And usually it's because they are big. There's not many styles that you can do with them. You can kind of twist them together a little bit, but because they are so big, you can't really lay them flat to your head. You don't have a lot to work with if you're trying to do like a barrel twist. And then if you go in and two-strand twists, then you have less. You have half the amount of locks on your head. Definitely keep that in mind when you are doing your sizing and deciding that. Look up different styles so you can really wrap your mind around the way you want your locks to look. When it comes to freeform, your hair pretty much takes on whatever size it grows into. You'll see people who have like big locks in one place and small locks in another place, short ones and all of that. They tend to just do what they want. And then we'll see semi-freeform, you can take your hair as it starts to do its thing and then manipulate it with retwisting or just separating to kind of get the desired size that you want. That is the gist for lock sizing. Again, most of it is down to preference as far as what you want your locks to look like. So take into consideration your density, take into consideration the actual texture of your hair, the length, and how you want their locks to look before you decide. And if you have any further questions or need more one-on-one consultations, I offer those, and they are easily booked via the link in the description box. And otherwise, if you have any questions, quick questions, you can ask them below, and I will be sure to answer your questions to give you more insight. But other than that, thank you all for watching. These are my small locks. I might as well go ahead and count them. I should go ahead and do that. But these are my small locks, and I'm signing out. Go ahead and comment below what size locks you have or what size locks you want. Talk to you all later. Bye.